Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. The real purpose of those visits to George's grave, explained by producer. Hello everyone, my name is Alana. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And give this video a like. Georgie's visits to George's grave has a secret purpose, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage's co-producer Steve Holland reveals. Despite the time jump between the young Sheldon finale and its events, George's death continues to loom over Chuck Lorre's new sitcom. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage shifts the focus on its titular characters, but as part of Georgie's arc, it will also tackle how the events of Sheldon's origin story impact him as a dad, brother, and son moving forward. In episode 2, Some New York Nonsense, the pressure of it all starts to catch up, leading him to visit George's grave. In a new interview with TV Insider, Holland explains the secret purpose of George's grave in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, which is to be Georgie's own form of therapy. For context, after learning about Missy's troubles and the issues at home, Sheldon's brother experiences a panic attack. Holland also cautions that life won't be easy for Georgie and Mandy, and they are prepared to tackle all those rough patches moving forward. Read his quote below. Unlike Sheldon's childhood, not much was revealed about Georgie's life in The Big Bang Theory. This allows Georgie and Mandy's first marriage's story to be more creative in crafting his story moving forward in the prequel. That said, some pertinent information was established, including the role he played for the Coopers after their patriarch unexpectedly died. This gives an idea of just how rough the next few years will be for Georgie, as he will not only have to take care of Mandy and Cece, but he will also continue looking after Mary and Missy. Interestingly, instead of holding a grudge against George for leaving this responsibility on him, Georgie goes to his dad, in his grave, for some solace. It's no secret that George wasn't the best dad for his firstborn. He put more effort into establishing a connection between him and the twins. They did have a sweet final conversation, however, just before George died in Young Sheldon Season 7, Episode 12. Georgie talking to his father in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage appears to be his attempt to continue that dynamic, even when the patriarch has already passed away. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage has been unexpectedly emotional, at least in its first 2 episodes. Even as someone who regularly covered Young Sheldon, I was surprised by this, considering the format change. That said, I am glad that it is not shying away from showing how difficult it was for Georgie to take care of 2 families during this time, something that he mentioned in The Big Bang Theory. As Georgie and Mandy's first marriage continues, I hope that Georgie continues to visit George's grave, so we get a better idea of how he's coping during this Mandy's first marriage. The real purpose of those visits to George's grave, explained by producer. Georgie and Mandy have become one of the most intriguing couples in Young Sheldon, capturing fans' hearts with their unconventional love story. However, one aspect of their narrative has left viewers puzzled and emotionally invested: their poignant visits to George Sr.'s grave. Now, the producer of the hit series has come forward to explain the true significance behind these touching scenes, and it changes everything we thought we knew about their relationship. In this comprehensive breakdown, we'll delve into the key moments that led to their first marriage, the meaning behind their emotional graveyard visits, and how it all ties into the larger story arc of Young Sheldon. Prepare to have your mind blown as we uncover the real purpose behind these scenes, straight from the show's creative team. The unlikely love story of Georgie and Mandy. From the moment Mandy was introduced, her dynamic with Georgie was anything but typical. As the older, more experienced woman, Mandy initially seemed an unlikely match for the charming yet immature Georgie. Their relationship began under complicated circumstances, especially after Mandy discovered Georgie had lied about his age. Despite their rocky start, Mandy and Georgie found themselves drawn together, especially after learning they were expecting a child. This shared responsibility brought them closer, setting the stage for one of the most heartfelt relationships in the series. The marriage that almost didn't happen, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, was a union born out of necessity and affection rather than pure romance. It reflected the challenges many young couples face when forced to grow up quickly. The producers wanted this marriage to serve as a mirror to George Sr. and Mary's own relationship, highlighting generational parallels and contrasts. Fans saw Georgie struggle to prove himself as a husband and father, all while navigating his personal insecurities. Mandy, on the other hand, wrestled with the fear of repeating the mistakes of her past. Together, they formed a partnership that was imperfect but deeply relatable. The visits to George Sr.'s grave, a mystery explained. One of the most poignant aspects of their story is their recurring visits to George Sr.'s grave. These moments are laced with emotion, leaving fans wondering, why are they so significant? According to the show's producer, these visits are much more than a simple act of remembrance. A symbol of reflection and growth. The producer explained that the grave visits symbolize Georgie's internal struggle to step into his father's shoes. George Sr. was a flawed but deeply loving man, and Georgie often feels the weight of living up to his legacy. Visiting the grave is Georgie's way of seeking guidance and silently apologizing for the times he took his father for granted. For Mandy, the visits represent her attempt to connect with the family she has now become a part of. By accompanying Georgie, she's showing her commitment to understanding his past and honoring the man who shaped him. Foreshadowing hinted that these graveyard scenes also serve as a form of foreshadowing. Georgie and Mandy's relationship, much like George Sr. and Mary's, will face its fair share of trials. The grave serves as a reminder of the sacrifices and struggles that come with marriage and family life. How these visits connect to the larger story. The visits to George Sr.'s grave are not just about Georgie and Mandy. They are also a subtle nod to the overarching narrative of young Sheldon. The show has always emphasized the importance of family, legacy, and the impact of parental relationships on the next generation. Through these scenes, the writers are weaving a tapestry that connects Georgie's story to Sheldon's and Missy's, creating a richer understanding of the Cooper family dynamic. The emotional impact on fans. It's no surprise that these scenes have struck a chord with fans. Social media is filled with discussions about the symbolism of the grave visits, with many viewers praising the show for its emotional depth. One fan wrote, "Every time Georgie visits his dad's grave, I'm in tears. It's such a raw and real portrayal of grief and growth." Another commented, "The way Mandy supports Georgie during these moments shows how much she truly loves him. It's beautiful to see." What's next for Georgie and Mandy? With the producer's revelations in mind, fans are eagerly speculating about what's next for Georgie and Mandy. Will their marriage withstand the pressures of young parenthood? Will Georgie finally find peace with his father's legacy? The producer teased that future episodes will dive deeper into Georgie's journey of self-discovery and his evolving relationship with Mandy. These grave visits may even take on new meaning as the couple faces unexpected challenges. Conclusion? Georgie and Mandy's story is a testament to the complexities of love, family, and personal growth. The real purpose behind their visits to George Sr.'s grave, as explained by the producer, adds a profound layer to their narrative, making them one of the most compelling couples in young Sheldon. As the show continues, fans can look forward to even more emotional moments and revelations that will deepen our understanding of the Cooper family. One thing is certain, Georgie and Mandy's journey is far from over, and their love story will remain a cornerstone of the series. Stay tuned for more updates. And don't miss the next episode of Young Sheldon. You never know what heartfelt twists and turns await. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.